Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, we're here taking a look at the Snoop Dogg Return of the Shizzle pack. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So we get Snoop Dogg. This is an operator pack that is worth 2,400 COD points, so that's whatever your local currency is. And you get two versions of Snoop Dogg for character skins, Snoop Dogg, and we'll just kind of show that off here so you can see the full scale of him in action. You know, you get this sort of white clothing design with gold leaves and gold styling. So, yeah, that's Snoop Dogg. And then there's D.O. Double G, which I think is the cooler variant of the two. A bit of a purpley kind of blue vibe kind of going on there with, again, the gold leaves kind of being present. So that's the two character options. Then we have the Snoop Hustle. So this is a special kind of finishing move sort of thing. Then we've got our gun. So this is the Life of the Party, which is a TAC 56 gun. So we'll show that off there. You get to fire and it becomes like these gold weed leaves. Kind of cool. And then we've got the Toke Force 141, which is my favorite of the Snoop Dogg weapons. So we'll just kind of show off that one. Actually, is that just showing off the same animation? Anyways, doesn't matter. No, it actually does switch the guns, doesn't it? Yep, okay. And then we've got the Wild and Free, which is the F-TAC Siege. So this is a handheld pistol. Again, same effect, but it just kind of gives you an idea of things. Here's the High Rider, special car if you use any of the modes that have vehicles. You've got the Death Row Records. So this is a special, kind of little weapon charm you want to put on your gun. A Snoop Thang, which is a loading screen, if you want to go for that. And Snoop, which is an emblem you can have. It kind of rotates, and it's got the smoke things going back and forth. So let's switch over and showcase all of this in action right here. So here we go, diving into the game and showing off Snoop Dogg as a character. You will be needing to play on Spec Gru, since I guess Snoop Dogg is a heroic character, or at least if that's the indication of what this faction is. So we've got the Toke Force 141 gun here, which is really good for hip firing and close to medium range. And sometimes you can get those long shots going, but the iron sight is a bit of a hold back on that sort of thing. But this is really effective for actually clearing out multiple individuals. And as I said, it is my favorite of the gun options. So with it, we have this laser sight, which has a moving golden leaf, obviously. So you kind of see how that flutters. Kind of a neat effect, but it does give away your position, because gold really does seem to kind of really visibly be present no matter where you are going. When it comes to Snoop Dogg as an operator, you are playing in first person, unless you're doing a third person mode. So in first person, you just see the gold watch on his left hand. And yeah, that's kind of about it when it comes to presenting the character right off the bat. So Snoop Dogg has a long history within, Call of Duty, going back to Ghosts as an announcer option that you could get. And then there was, of course, Call of Duty Mobile, and Vanguard as well, Call of Duty Vanguard. So I had the character in that game. It was actually one of the highlights of what that experience was. But let's talk about the other guns quickly. So we've got the Wild and Free. So you see it says Snoop Dogg on the side there, and then kind of a dual kind of akimbo pistol offering. Is this new? I don't remember. This is not available on the original strike. So these are kind of like wild, akimbo pistols kind of going on here with a cool reload. And I just got insta-smacked in the face. That's great. And then we have the Life of the Party, which has the gold leaf reticle and a nice sort of blue kind of styling to it. I don't know if it's like a purpley blue like usually his main outfit is, but... or his cool outfit is, I guess you would say. Wow. I never seen that before. So anyways, yeah, this gun's pretty cool. You know, and again, it's got the gold kind of shot going off. All of them do. So let's talk a little bit about this character in comparison to the Vanguard operator version. What a weird camping spot that is. People camp in like the weirdest places in this game. So I really like the Vanguard operator pack for, well, Snoop Dogg. I really, again, it was like one of the highlights, if not maybe the highlight for Vanguard. And you know, you got this sort of like it's almost like he's doing a performance in that game. Sort of got a role, or they got something a little bit more out of him, because he's a lot more like muted in this one, like actually like quieter for voice lines it seems, and it also seems like he's more of a modern. The SAB is really overpowered and ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, so it feels like there is a bit less of a intensity to it for the voice lines. We didn't even get a "don't worry about them bullets," which was kind of one of my favorite phrase things from Vanguard. It's kind of funny when he throws the ammo pack. And he just says ammo here. A little disappointing. Like, I was kind of expecting a little bit more oomph with the voice lines, or a little bit more flair and fun to them, but that doesn't really seem to be the case here. And then, you know, style-wise, I think the outfits look pretty cool. I do like the character designs for the outfits. It's just like, it just feels a little lackluster when it comes to the voice stuff. And then also, like, I like the golden leaves and the shots of it. Like, you know, it's kind of neat, sort of modern. But I did enjoy the realism of the leaves and the smoke from the leaves when you were damaging and killing people with the Vanguard, you know, version of Snoop Dogg. I did enjoy that. You know, even the guns themselves had a little bit more, like, character to them. Like, these guns, they look cool, and they're actually really good weapons. I think the highlight, actually, for this pack is, like, the guns are really nice. But, yeah, I can't help but feel like the Vanguard effort there was a little bit better. Why do I always just, like, I don't know what it is. As soon as I go to do something, I just, like, die a bunch. I can't have good matches when I'm trying to just do, like, a quick video thing, can I? Am I right? Never can. Where is that even coming from? Anyways, so the gold is kind of cool, but I did like the original sort of realistic leaves a little bit better. Like, how? Anyways, that aspect of it is, you know, a little bit cooler for me. I still think this is a pretty solid pack. Like, if you're coming from Vanguard and you got Snoop Dogg there, I think it's a little less interesting of a character operator pack. Like, there is a lot of character operator options, like quite a few at this point. I mean, it definitely stands out. If this is your first time getting Snoop Dogg, as I said, he's, you know, a lot of fun as a character within the game. And a really cool standout. I mean, it's like Snoop Dogg, right? And it's interesting that we keep seeing this, you know, individual pop up so much, because it's literally like, you know, he's just literally in the previous Call of Duty game, and then he'll carry over to Modern Warfare 3 too, so, you know, you get to use the character again. So that's kind of extra value, I guess, if you're looking at it from that perspective, is it is something that carries forward, right? So that's kind of nice. But it really comes to, like, if you're gonna find this particular take to be really interesting. Because as I said, the voice lines just, they're fine, and, you know, he's in it, and he's saying stuff, but there's just such a interesting style that I liked about that Vanguard effort. It just really, really worked for me so well, and I was like, this was awesome. Like, that pack was really, really quite cool. And this one is solid, but it just feels a little pale in comparison because, you know, I'm used to such a flared, styled version of Snoop, I guess you would say. So for secondary stuff, like if you play the modes where, you know, you're driving, obviously you get, at least you get to see Snoop Dogg there, right? You know, you get like a cool car, which is, you know, it's fine. This is Snoopmobile, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you get like the charm, the gun charm, which is like, yeah, it's, you know, so-so. It's not so bad. I feel like when you're buying these operator packs, like the other stuff is more like secondary, honestly, compared to like the main thing being like the characters and then the guns. You know, because that's the primary part, I assume, of why most people buy these operator packs, right? It's for the character. And, you know, the loading screen, yeah, it's fine, and same with like the emblem, it looks okay, it's cool. You know, there's art style to it, and that's fine. So I would say pretty solid pack. Really, really cool weapons that actually are pretty great. And then, oh geez, you know, cool character, cool voice lines, interesting individual. It's also fascinating because it's like one of the few people that are like kind of self-played. You know what I mean? Like, we have other characters in Call of Duty, but they're like actual characters from like movies or I guess other games, depending on who you see and who you're buying. And it's very, very interesting to have this kind of offering. Like, it works. Where did this person go? Like, it definitely does work. Are we just doing like weird circles? Oh, and then he gets me anyways. What a shocker. So I think it's really going to come down to your value. Like, I mean, it's 2,400 comp points, pretty standard, but I think out of like what I've seen for other characters and other character packs I kind of grabbed, I'd say this is a pretty stylized one. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have that Vanguard style that I loved. It's so funny to be talking about Vanguard so much, but in this particular context, it definitely has the superior aspect, I guess. I don't know why. It just like it feels so like muted and sort of silenced compared to like what we were getting with that previous offering of Snoop Dogg. It's like he just kind of lazed up to the office on this one and didn't really, yeah, kind of go all out for it. But it could also just be the direction. They want something a little bit more realistic. You mean you don't remember that classic time that Snoop Dogg was there in World War II? Guarding the vans, you know, it was a thankless job, but somebody had to do it. Yeah, these guns are just ridiculous. That reload animation's crazy. But I do like these weapons a lot, man. They are, or gal, or whoever's watching, really, really cool. You know, they've got like such a golden modern style to them, and they do actually do good damage. Like, that's always the worry too when you're buying like one of these operator packs or like a gun pack, is being like, oh, do I like how the guns shoot? Do I like the style of them? But I think all three of these are actually pretty good. I mean, I don't personally embrace the pistols too much, but these aren't too bad. And then I like the life of the party, but the Toe Force 141 I think is most certainly the gun style of choice for me. Like, I think that one's really, really great. That's such a good combat to it. I think I'd love to slap like a red dot on it. I think would be the ultimate sort of thing, just so you actually get a little bit of range, right? Because range is what kind of kills you on that particular offering. Yeah, this gun looks pretty cool. I like the reticle too. It's hard to see the reticle. You know, because it's like sort of a hazy golden kind of thing, but it does look pretty nice. And you get the gold. Gold leaves going down, exploding around people. Kind of ridiculous. You know, actually, compared to like some of the other character packs, I guess you would say Snoop Dogg is kind of realistic in this context. More so than anything else, because he actually is from like this era. You know, and he's actually got his look and style. And then, you know, he's got weapons that are like kind of matching his flair. It's kind of actually a pretty authentic pack to the Call of Duty and era of Call of Duty. Huh. Didn't really think of it from that perspective. Let's jump into another match.
Target spotted. We're taking the lead. Stun grenade!
Right on ammo!
Online.
Beat up! Changing man! I'm taking fire!
UAV online.
Contact! Popping a fresh man!
Friendly cluster mine planted.
I am with Doctors!
Friendly cluster mine deployed.
I'm getting lit up! Grenade!
Our UAV
taking
is
fire.
orbiting the
On your six!
Semtex incoming! I'm on your 6.
Quick six activated. Friendly UAV on station.
Using drill charge! Hostile spotted!
Our UAV is orbiting the area. The enemy's taking the lead.
Taking effective fire!
We've lost the lead.
Contact!
Grenade!
Grenade! Changing man!
Enemy fighter here!
Changing mags!
Enemy movement.
Throwing grenade!
We own the advantage. Take it
Taking
home.
effective fire!
Friendly SAE on the way.
Popping a fresh man!